Welcome to another Just Flying episode. Yeah, this is FMEP Saint-Pierre-Pierrefonds. Another one of the Reunion Island places, so let's just get ourselves up into the air and I'll tell you all about what's going on. It's another one of the Reunion ones. There's some custom bits here, some library objects, but generally looks quite nice and pretty much like how it does in real life, I think, from the sort of limited information I've got about it. Okay. Yeah, so with Reunion, there are 4 airfields that do exist here, and I've made a reasonable attempt at making those look like they do in real life. Then, to fill in the island and give you more places to go to, I've added 4 more airfields, which are total fantasy ones. Now, I've told you before that one of these fantasy ones was me having a play and an experiment with a few things. But that place has now gone. Long story, but this experimental airport is going to move to Stewart Island at the bottom end of New Zealand now. So I had a space on Reunion where the experimental airfield used to be and wanted to replace that with a different fantasy airfield instead. So that was the delay in getting all this finished. But the new replacement one was actually a bit quicker and easier to do than I first thought, as I was able to reuse some of the stuff left over from the experimental airfield. Now it is all done and looking quite nice. What I need to do now is package everything up, make a little video, all that kind of thing, and then upload them to the Mega folder. And this is a Mega only one, by the way. You won't find Reunion at the xplane.org site. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I can get all that done fairly quickly, and if things go to plan, you can have it tomorrow. If you downloaded any of the preview copies of the Reunion airfields from a few days ago, do delete all of those, by the way. There have been tweaks and improvements since then. As for the experimental airfield, which is now not on Reunion, well, I did once toy with the idea of deleting South Fiordland and starting again there, but gave up on that idea. Now, it was an X-Plane 11 scenery, but a lot of it still works in X-Plane 12, and it's still good fun and deserves to stay. So it will. Now, with Stewart Island, there's only one small and fairly rubbish airstrip with nothing there, so I'm guessing nobody ever flies there. I certainly don't. But the island is quite big. So what I decided is that my experimental airport can move there, and Stewart Island is large enough to then add other places as well, and basically have a South Fiordland version 2 down there. I mean, it's a very different theme for this one, so it's not actually another South Fiordland, but it's similar in being an area with a different outlook, set of rules, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so that's for the future and what's happening with my experiments and everything that I did previously at Reunion. Right, so it was Saint-Pierre-Pierrefonds where we took off, which is a real airfield. And then coming up here is one of the fantasy additional airfields, La Saline les Bains. French territory, French names, English pilot, meaning there's quite probably terrible pronunciation of both of those, but yeah, never mind. Anyway, we'll land here at Saline les Bains, as that's going to make this a nice short flight and good length for one of my videos. I think I've managed to let you know all the info that you need, and to look out for this place and all the other Reunion airports, well, tomorrow, fingers crossed. Yeah, when that is all done, we'll have a little video flying tour around all the locations, but as Reunion is quite small, then probably 2 or 3 videos will be more than enough to do all that. Yeah, I've not timed it to see, but I have been around and landed and then took off again and gone round all of the 8 airfields in a single session, sat here at the controls. That didn't seem that long time-wise to visit everywhere and go full circle back to the start point again. Although I suppose that depends on what you're flying though, doesn't it, and how fast it covers the ground. Yeah, I'm talking about a Baron myself. Yeah, so here it is then, just next to the road. Yeah, this little township, whatever it is, I believe this is called La Saline les Bains. Could be wrong in that, but I think so, and therefore that's what we've named the airfield. A little bit of commercial stuff here at the end of the runway. Try not to crash into that. That's also fantasy things. I'm not sure that does exist, or certainly the signage on them doesn't exist, but all adds to make it look nice. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. And actually we'll just go down here just to the end of the runway, and you can see there's a little bit of a step where it falls down. So this extended, disused part of the runway that we're now on, yeah, you can land on that and land short of where this runway starts, but do be aware of that little step. At speed you'll hit it quite hard and bounce the front wheel up into the air. It's still okay, you can land here, it's fine, I've done it even in the Baron. There's a couple more little steps at this end of the runway. You won't really notice when you're landing if you come in the same way that we did, and if you come in the other way you'll be going slow enough by the time you reach those anyway, so they shouldn't matter. And a little apron area here, and if you'd like a competition, this white clubhouse building here, I've stolen that from an airport in New Zealand that I made. So where have you seen that before? Yeah, definitely 10 out of 10 if you get that one right. Yeah, okay then, that will do for this one, and I'll see you again hopefully tomorrow with all the Reunion scenery. Bye!